Hi, my name is Chris Welch.
And my name is Amanda Stonerock, and this is our Smart Notebook lesson. We did human impact on biodiversity. And if you hit the teacher notes, you can see our subject is life science. Our topic is biodiversity for the 9th grade. And we listed the prior knowledge and the standards that we addressed for this activity along with notes.
And so for our first activity, we embedded a video here it's about 10 minutes long for on biodiversity and its impact on humans and humans' impact on it. And so once you've watched the video, we come back to this slide and click on the check mark, and that will move us to our first activity. And our first activity is a sorting activity.
Yes, so students will be able to sort the words into the correct location.
And we've set it up so that they can do this from their own devices, or we could have a student come up to the board and do it. But once this is done, we can click and head to the next slide. And this one is just a simple question. Everyone can kind of raise their hand, try to answer, and then we click on this and we have an animation showing the answer.
So this slide was just a note for reflection for the students of having them list how many species that they can think of, prairie species.
And it also introduces them to the next activity, which is once again set up to be able to do with their own devices. We have a Shoutout Out activity set up, so we can hit start. And the kids can get on their devices, enter their answers, send them in, and they'll pop up here. And we can let that go for a few minutes while they come up with as many as possible. And then we head on to the next slide.
On this slide, we list how for the class, we want them to go outside for the next 20 minutes and to count as many different species as they can find, which leads into the next slide when we get back. And students,
we ask them the question, does outside school look more like this with all the diversity in the animals? And as they're thinking about it and discussing it, we can click on all the animals. And finally, or this, just grass and lawn.
after reflecting on that, we have some more activities for the students to use their devices to answer.
It is taking a moment to load. Let's try reloading here. This is the first time this has done this to me.
But it is an activity where we ask them questions and they can reflect on their thinking.
And this one, what it is it's just 2 short answer questions that can be answered and sent in and reviewed. And then we have just kind of a review slide going over a few of the things that we've talked about in class. And then we head to our final activity.
And this one was a poll question for the students to put their thinking and what they believe. They can reflect on if they agree or disagree, and the poll can show where the whole class is as well, to see what everyone in the class believes. And then that was our last slide for this lesson.
And so, we used primarily these activities that use the other devices, since this was designed for maybe a 9th grade class, and we figured that having them on their own devices is going to keep them a little more engaged. Thank you for watching, and I think that's it.
Yes, thank you.